term Elohim is a Hebrew word used in the Old Testament to refer to God, often translated as God or gods, depending on the context. It's a plural noun but is often used with singular verbs when referring to the God of Israel. Allah is the Arabic word for God, primarily used in Islam. While both Islam and Judaism, from which Christianity emerged, are monotheistic religions, there are theological and linguistic differences between the two faiths. Some argue that since both terms refer to the same monotheistic deity, there's a connection between Allah and the Elohim of the Old Testament. However, it's essential to recognize that the theological contexts and understandings of God differ between Judaism and Islam. Jews and Muslims have different beliefs about the nature and attributes of God, as well as differing interpretations of religious texts. So, while some may see similarities between the concept of Allah in Islam and the concept of Elohim in the Old Testament, they are understood within distinct religious traditions with their own theological frameworks and interpretations. Both Allah and Elohim are terms used to refer to the supreme deity in monotheistic faiths, specifically Islam and Judaism respectively. While there are theological and linguistic differences between the two terms, there are also some similarities. 1. Monotheism. Both Allah in Islam and Elohim in Judaism represent the concept of monotheism, the belief in one God. They are understood as the supreme and only deity in their respective religious traditions. 2. Creator and sustainer. Both Allah and Elohim are seen as the creator and sustainer of the universe. They are believed to be omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, holding authority over all creation. 3. Attributes. Both Allah and Elohim are described with various attributes in their respective religious texts. For example, qualities such as mercy, justice, compassion, and righteousness are ascribed to both deities. 4. Revelation. Both Islam and Judaism believe in the concept of divine revelation, where Allah or Elohim communicates with humanity through prophets and sacred texts. In Islam, the Quran is believed to be the literal word of Allah revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, while in Judaism, the Hebrew Bible Tanakh contains the revelations of Elohim to the prophets. 5. Worship and devotion. Followers of Islam and Judaism engage in acts of worship and devotion to Allah and Elohim respectively. This includes prayer, supplication, praise, and adherence to religious laws and commandments. While these similarities exist, it's important to note that there are also significant theological differences between Islam and Judaism, and the understandings of Allah and Elohim are shaped by the distinct religious traditions and their respective scriptures, interpretations, and practices.